Hello there, my name is Holly and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. I am in the process of tiling the laundry room. I have the thermosoft heat mat all down and now I am tiling. Okay, so I mix up some mortar and then I let it sit for 15 minutes or so. And then I mix it up again, crushing any little dry chunks of the mortar. And this gets it nice and smooth. I'm not that great at tiling. There are certainly little inconsistencies in levels from tile to tile. But it works, and of course it's harder to do on this thermosoft because of the wires. And of course I don't have a thermosoft laying down where the washer and dryer are going to be stacked, because number one, there's no reason to heat that part of the floor, and number two, it would just overheat the system because the heat would have no way to escape out from under there. But I can't afford a tiler. If anyone is actually a tiler and is watching this, I'm sorry if I'm not doing this correctly, but what I do has so far worked for me. I've tiled the master bathroom probably 8 years ago, and that's with thermosoft, and everything's fine still. I've tiled the apartment, probably 16, 17 years ago. I tiled the upstairs bathroom. That was not with thermosoft, and that's all still fine. And then I tiled, I don't know, what has it been, 3, 4 years ago that I did the apartment, built the apartment over the garage. And I tiled the bathroom in there and the entryway. And then of course in February I tiled the entryway here, again with thermosoft under it. And that hasn't been that long, but that's all been fine. And if you read about tiling, it's all this technical stuff about how this has to be perfect and that has to be perfect. But I've found that actually mortar is pretty forgiving. You know, if it's a little wet, it just takes longer to dry out. That's about the consistency I like it. I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to be, but that's the way it works best for me. Okay, now this is where I know I really don't do a good job of doing it the way it should be. So I just use this 5-gallon paint stick to sort of spread some out. Make sure I get it all down inside that mesh. Like I said, I'm sure some professional is watching this going, oh my Lord, what is she doing? Like I said, it's worked for me all this time. Pretty much haven't changed up how I do it at all. I get absolutely a mess when I'm doing this. I end up with mortar all over my hands. And then I use the stick to spread mortar all over this. Make sure all the edges are covered. And then, of course, I do this. This one here is really high because the end of the cable is in there and it's all wrapped like in plastic and stuff, so it's very I now use this little piece of spatula, or it's actually a spatula with no I want to get all this out of here as much as I can. And then I just kind of wiggle it down. This is a little higher than this one because, again, we got the cables under here now, but all of this is going to be underneath the washer dryer, so I'm not too concerned about how unlevel these are. Okay. Sometimes I tap it a little bit, make sure there's no air bubbles in there, or try to get them out. This one is just not. This one here is a real pain because it's got that stupid huge. And then I just pull most of this out. Because it's going to be a while before I'm back to this spot to put this tile in. And I don't want it drying in some big hard clump. So and then start the process all over again. Okay, I'm stopping for the night. I got, I don't know, a little over halfway done. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. I think I can only fit 5 rows to the edge, maybe. I don't know. Maybe 5.5 rows. Got 14 more tiles done after work today. So the last one in the last row over there, that one, and then that whole row, and then these 3 here. I wish I would have had enough to do the 4th row there, or the 4th one in the corner there, but I didn't, and that's okay. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the rest of it, like where I'll sit while I tile. I may actually do the 3 rows here, those 3 rows, do all of those, and then once I'm done with that and that's dry, I'll do this last row underneath. Not sure yet. So I've got everything tiled, and I've got most of the laundry room grouted. And now I'm just doing this last little squares here where I'm sitting. And I realized I hadn't filmed any of this yet. So this is how I do the grouting. I do have a float that's for grout, but I honestly don't like using it. It's too big and unwieldy. I'd rather just press it in with this plastic thing, and then I smooth it with my finger. And then I clean it up with a sponge. And I don't care how much you think you've gotten every bit of grout off the tile, there will be this haze left that you will have to scrub and scrub and scrub to get off. All right, so that's how I do it. I'm going to finish up the rest of this. So there we go. I have all of it grouted. And I actually have it sealed from the door all the way to the standpipe. So all of that is sealed. Sorry, yeah, that's all sealed. And then once these last 3 rows are all dry, in 48 hours, I'll scrub the rest of it down and seal that. They're going to come at the end of the week and do the insulation in the walls and the ceiling. And then once that's done, I will have to drywall at least these 2 walls here, so that the gas line can be put in, propane line. So I'm getting there, almost done. So I'd finished all the grouting and sealing of the grout a few days ago, and guy just left after putting in the spray insulation. This stuff is so nice. It's not cheap, but it is well worth the money. I even had him spray a little bit along the foundation, the old foundation, so on both sides. And we brought the new washer and dryer in earlier in the week so that I could put in the vent for the dryer, make sure it was in the right place. So now I just have to, well, there's a lot I still have to do, but the next step is to drywall this. Drywall, mud, prime and paint, and then once I get the drywall in, primed, painted, all that, the propane guy will come in and put the line in for the dryer. And I'll put the water lines in for the washer and dryer, because the dryer needs water too for the steam function. But yeah, it's so nice. And now that's all sealed up there, which it was all open to the roof rafters. He sealed all that. Getting there. This has been a long project.